The world stopped on a Tuesday morning. It was 7:42 a.m. when the earth shook, and the building came down like a sigh, collapsing on itself. Dust rose into the sky like smoke from a wound. In the chaos that followed, screams, sirens, prayers. No one noticed the small figure that vanished beneath the concrete and steel. Her name was Isabella Duarte, 12 years old. A girl with soft brown hair and a smile that could light up the hallways of her apartment block in Sao Paulo. That morning, she had been tying her shoes, getting ready for school, when the world split open, and then silence. For the next 16 days, she lived in the kind of darkness that has no time, no shape, no reason. At first she thought she was dreaming. Her ears rang, her head hurt. The air smelled of dust and iron. Somewhere close, water dripped, steady and cold. She tried to move, but her leg was trapped beneath a slab of concrete. Pain flared white behind her eyes. She screamed, and again, until her throat gave out. Then she whispered to herself, "Mom will find me. Someone will find me," but no one came. On the second night, hunger gnawed at her. She licked the condensation off a broken pipe. She sang softly to herself to stay awake. Time was a blur. Hours folded into days, days into something else. And then on the fourth day, when her body trembled from exhaustion, she heard something. A voice. At first, she thought it was real. But the rubble didn't move. The voice wasn't coming from outside, it was inside. A calm, gentle whisper that said, "Don't be afraid." "I'm with you." She froze. "Who are you?" She whispered back, her lips trembling. No answer. Only warmth spreading through her chest, as if the air itself had turned into light. By the seventh day, rescuers had given up hope of finding anyone else alive. The debris was too deep. The building was gone. The city mourned, but beneath it all, Isabella was still breathing. Barely. She spoke to the voice constantly now. It told her when to sleep, when to stay still, when to listen. Sometimes she heard footsteps above. Sometimes she dreamed she saw the face of a man, not her father, not a firefighter, but someone radiant, with eyes that seemed to hold entire worlds of peace. She would later say that when he appeared, the darkness changed. It became something alive, full of light, like stars behind closed eyes. "Are you an angel?" she asked once. The figure smiled. "I am the one who never leaves you." On the 12th day, she woke to the sound of rain outside. Water seeped through a crack, and she drank until her body stopped shaking. Her mind wandered between life and dream, between earth and something beyond. She remembered her mother's prayers at bedtime, how she used to whisper, "Jesus, watch over her," and she realized that's who the voice was. That's who had been with her all along. When the rescuers finally broke through the final layer of rubble on the 16th day, they expected silence. Instead, they heard a faint humming, a song, a child's voice. They froze. Then they dug with bare hands. When they reached her, she was weak, pale but alive, holding a tiny piece of twisted metal shaped like a cross that she had found near her hand. Her lips were cracked, her eyes hollow, but when they asked how she had survived, she whispered one sentence that silenced everyone around her. "He was with me the whole time." Later, in the hospital, doctors called it a miracle. She had no infections, no broken bones beyond a hairline fracture, and no explanation for how she had stayed alive for 16 days with no food and almost no water. Reporters came, cameras, questions. But when they asked her again who she meant by he, she simply smiled, tears in her eyes. "Jesus, he sat with me. He told me not to be afraid. He told me help was coming." Her mother said she wasn't surprised. "She used to tell me she could feel him when she prayed," she said softly. "Now I know it was true." And every night when Isabella closes her eyes, she still hears that voice, not loud, not distant, but near. Sometimes she says she dreams of walking through light. Sometimes she dreams of the moment the rubble opened and the sunlight touched her face again, and she knew she had been reborn. Narrator, soft, cinematic tone. There are stories that defy explanation. Stories that remind us that even in the darkest places on earth, heaven still finds a way to reach us. Isabella's story is one of them. A reminder that faith isn't found in churches or miracles alone, but in the whisper that says, "Don't be afraid. I'm with you." If this story moved you, subscribe to Real Testimonies for more true encounters that touch the soul.